There we go. Sorry about that. For some reason, my mic wasn't picking up my voice. Should be able to hear me now. Good morning. Okay, we are back in Star Rail. Let's see what's going on with some dailies.
This place is rich with the sweet scent of flowers.
I was gonna see if I had any more of these, but I don't think I do. Nope, I maxed it out. Okay. Well, there's a lot of things to do today. Got dailies. I've got some stuff I want to look at, some news, some stuff on YouTube. But we'll just warm up here with a few runs of Cavern of Corrosion. I'm working on the new relic set and hoping to get some decent pieces, even though that hasn't happened yet. Hopefully the game's not too loud. If you happen to catch my clips posted, you probably saw a little sample of how bad my relic luck has been on this new set that I've been pre-farming for Finon, because I assume it's for him. And needless to say, I've been getting some of the worst rolls imaginable. I don't really need any more pieces for Hyacinth, so I'm mostly just foddering those unless I get something that looks like it might be good for a potential future character. Since it's speed and healing, chances are I'm not expecting us to get another healer anytime soon, but I guess you never know. So last night, late last night, I saw on Twitter that it looks like Paimon is not coming back. I mean, her VA is not coming back, which was quite interesting news. I have a lot of thoughts on that that have been kind of churning through my mind ever since I saw the announcement, or her announcement, I guess I should say. That's potentially good. So I started playing in 1.0, so I'm a very, I'm an old Genshin player. So when I started the game in 1.0, I didn't really mind Paimon at all. I actually never really thought about her voice much. I mean, I thought it was fine. I wasn't a huge Paimon fan or anything, but I don't know. Her voice back then, in the early days, really didn't grate on me or bother me. It was just, it was fine. Then her voice started kind of changing as the game progressed. I know somebody had made a comment once that Paimon, that the VA for Paimon wanted the dialogue to be easier to on their voice or something. I can't remember. This was like 4 years ago. So I never really thought that much about it. I mean, I agree. Paimon's voice was definitely shrieky and squeaky at times. It was grating on my nerves at times. It was not enjoyable at times. But Paimon's never been really my main focus or even any of my focus in the game anyway. So I guess for me, I didn't really care. I mean, it didn't offend me or anything. I was pretty just, I don't know. I just never really paid that much attention to it. I never really cared. But when, I guess it was about 2 years ago now, when there was a bunch of news about Paimon's VA not getting paid or something, I thought it was very odd because, I mean, there are hundreds of people working in Genshin, voicing characters and NPCs, and I thought it was a little odd that nobody else was saying anything. I think one other person maybe came out. I don't remember who it was, but it seems like there was one other person who said their pay had been delayed, but I don't think it was part of the main cast. I think it was like either an NPC or a limited time, like an event character or something. I don't think it was a main cast member. But anyway, fast forward to last year. Of course, everyone has been following the news with the strike. I originally played Genshin in JP for the first, probably for the first like 9 months of the game until we got to Inazuma. And when Inazuma launched, I switched to English mainly because, okay, so I love Max Middleman. I loved his voice in Persona. So when he got cast as Ito, and there were some other voice actors that in English that I really liked, I ended up switching to English. So that would have been like in 2021. So I think I'm done here. I'm going to switch on over to Genshin now because I don't have anything else to do. So, yeah, so I switched to English in 2021, and when the strike started last year, honestly, I didn't think it was going to go on for as long as it did. I thought, maybe a couple of months, and then they would come to some kind of mutual understanding. They would come to, I was in Genshin anyway, so it doesn't matter. I thought they would come to some kind of understanding, trading back and forth, to come to a fair agreement. But as we've all seen what's unfolded over the last 3 months or so, it seems that the fans definitely were in the dark about the true motivations behind the strike. We all had been told on social media by many voice actors that they were striking for AI protection, which of course everyone wants that. I don't know a single player who doesn't want AI protection for the actors. So everybody, took to defending the VAs. I remember last fall, around early Natlan days, I actually sent a message to customer service in support of the VAs and for the AI protection, and basically told them that as a longtime player who spends a lot of money in this game, I mean, if you haven't seen, I spend a lot of money in this game, that I was upset. I want the voices back in the game. I want the actors treated fairly. I want the AI protection. So I was very vocal to support them last fall. So when it all came out, the truth that the AI protection was kind of just the tip of the iceberg. Let's see how many condensed I have. I have 5. Okay. Well, we'll just burn some resin on Mora because as a whale, I never have enough Mora. So it was interesting because I think at first people were skeptical to believe that it was more than just AI protection because we'd been told that by so many people. And then, of course, as more and more things came to light, it became very evident that that was the case, that it was basically just a ploy to strong arm Hoyoverse into signing a union contract, which, I'm not saying that all union contracts are bad. I'm sure many of them are very good and very much good for the actors. I have a background myself in performing. I graduated with a degree in music. I got my master's in music. I performed for many years in the music world. I know that contracts are extremely important. Protections for actors and singers and musicians and voice actors and everybody is very important. But, I think by now we all know that the real motivation was for Hoyoverse to join with SAG to basically exclusively where is this thing? Oh, it's behind me. To exclusively use their VAs, which in turn could jeopardize the careers of many of their non-union VAs, which in and of itself, just that one singular point is pretty serious. Anyway, I don't need to rehash everything that happened, but I do think there are a lot of people who maybe didn't follow the story very closely, don't really know what happened over the last couple of months. And so they're just kind of like shocked, like, why would Paimon's VA basically quit her job? So in my opinion, based on nothing but just my instincts, I was expecting Paimon's VA to probably lose their job, because there have been so many instances of just completely unprofessional behavior and actions. I'm sure by now many of us saw the toilet live stream that she did, which was absolutely disgusting, embarrassing, and humiliating to anyone associated with Genshin Impact on any level. I'm sure Hoyoverse, being a very proud and accomplished company, that's the last thing they would want to see representing their game as the main character is someone live streaming from a toilet. Among many other horrid actions this person has displayed over the last several months. And, I know that everyone's different. I don't expect everyone to have my same morals and ethics. And, I feel like I'm a very fair and very impartial fan of Genshin. It's like with the controversies that Genshin has had over the years, like with rewards, first anniversary rewards, I really didn't care. I mean, it was nice that they gave us more stuff, but I didn't really care about that. Other controversies like with Wuthering Waves controversies between fandoms and stuff like that. I don't care because I love Wuthering Waves, which we'll get to later, and I'll show you the amazing polls I had yesterday. I'm sorry I couldn't stream yesterday. I had workers in and out of my house and just a mess going on. Basically, just nothing was going right. They had to come back 3 times. It was a nightmare. So anyway, yeah. So in my kind of just opinion, I guess is the best way to put it, I do believe that Paimon's VA was probably let go. They have been so vocal on social media about every single thing that they have thought, done. I mean, this is not a person who keeps things a secret or, I mean, this person they have vocalized all of their thoughts and opinions on the strike, what's going on, et cetera, et cetera. So I honestly believe that if it was true that they decided to step away from the role of Paimon when John was replaced by Jacob, they would have been screaming that from the rooftops because they never were quiet about anything. I mean, if you're a person that streams from a toilet, you obviously don't keep anything private from the fandom or from gacha players in general who are just happen to be victim to see that horrible live stream. But anyway, so I just believe that this is something that happened very recently. I believe that it was probably a case of Hoyoverse trying to do some kind of damage control after just the absolutely disgusting displays that they have put on across, I mean, not just the toilet stream, I'm sorry I keep bringing that up, but just the downright attack of Jacob Takanashi, who has done an amazing job filling in, or I shouldn't say filling in, he is now Kenich's voice actor, and doing fantastic, by the way. Kenich is one of my favorite characters, who I also have C6. I'm invested in him a lot. To get his voice back was amazing. I mean, at the end of the day, Hoyoverse is going to do what's best for the players. They're going to do what's best for their company. I do believe that. They are a business and they want to make money. But nobody is going to convince me that Hoyo doesn't care about their players. I have experienced enough just through customer service situations that I've had over the last 5 years to know that they care about their players. Now, that might be controversial. Maybe some people don't believe that. But anyway, long story short, I think she was let go because of her abhorrent actions. I think it was the right thing to do. I think you don't want your main character, literally the icon and mascot, let's say, of your entire game franchise to be that kind of person. It was just a very bad look for the company as a whole. Even the CN players were upset, and yeah. So anyway, I think it was the right decision. She needs to go. It's unfortunate because, as a character, I like Paimon as a character. I think her story is interesting, how she sort of started out as a sidekick and has kind of developed into this very suspicious, unknown entity in the game. I mean, some people think she's from Celestia. Some people think that she's one of the moon goddesses. I mean, there's so many different theories about her relationship to Teyvat, et cetera, et cetera. So to get a new VA in there, somebody who is respectful, cares about their job, cares about the game. I mean, I'm going to be honest with you. The last few events that I've played in English, when they talk, I'm sorry, I do not want to use the incorrect pronouns. When they talk in the game, I cannot now separate in my mind the toilet stream from Paimon. When I hear Paimon talk, that's what I picture now. So to me, it's been ruined beyond any amount of saving. I just feel like let's go check on our little dino. Hi. Oh, he's digging. Hello. He's so cute. Look how cute he is. Hello. Hi. Hello. He's so cute. I love him. Yeah, so anyway, I hope they can find a voice actor who has a nice... Oh, you came out of your little area. Wait, come back here. It's safe in here for you. This is your zone. Come on. Come on. Come on. There you go. Come over here. You want to come up here? He's so cute. Look how cute he is. Oh my goodness. You are a baby. You are a baby. Yeah. So I hope they can find somebody who has a sweet voice, a nice, gentle tone, something actually pleasing to the ears. And most importantly, just someone who's a decent human being and has some modicum of respect and appreciation for this game that millions of people play every day. It's what the game deserves, in my opinion. So let's see how we're doing here. Okay, so I have not really been trying that hard. Okay, so in the first round, I was running just my regular Veresa teams. I wasn't really doing like maximum damage. I think if I went back and ran Veresa with like, I don't know, like a sub DPS, like, I don't know, something to do some more damage, I probably could improve. Same with Kanich. Like, I didn't even run Kanich with Mavwika. I totally just didn't even think of it. I was just running him in his regular teams. So I don't know. I was just kind of out of it. And then I was doing a little better the last couple of rounds. So I'm a little bit lazy when it comes to events. I hate to admit it. And this actually brings up another topic I want to talk about. Hold on, let me get a drink of water because I am yapping this morning. So there was an in-game survey yesterday, I think it was, or maybe it was the day before yesterday, about the recent, you know, actually, while I'm not doing anything, I need to farm. Hold on a second. I don't want to waste time. I need to farm more gears. I'm still Skirk pre-farming, so I need more of these. We'll just do that while I'm yapping about the survey. So in the survey, they were asking all about the events of this patch and if we had done them and if we had liked them, et cetera, et cetera. I don't like this friendship team. I'd rather just run a real team. Let's see. Actually, you know what? I'll run this team. Okay. Yeah. So they were asking all these questions about the events. And so I really enjoyed the Fontaine event with Risley and Kaniche and everyone else. I mean, it had a huge cast of characters. I'm always a big fan of an event where we can interact with the characters. But, you know, I had to kind of, I don't know, complain just a little bit about the other event, the Hilichurl combat, whatever you call that game, chess. I don't know. I don't know what it is. The one where we had to like put the characters down and fight. I don't even know what you call that. It's not my type of thing. So I told him, I was very honest. I just said, you know, I don't like that kind of gameplay. I don't know what it's called. Auto battler, chessboard type gaming. It's not for me. In my opinion, if you're going to pay hundreds and thousands of dollars over many years for these characters, I want to play these characters, you know? I'm not interested in putting Hilichurls down on a game board, you know? I mean, I guess maybe once in a while is fine, whatever. Not every event can be for every person, but so I started just kind of brainstorming for a few minutes, and I was thinking about how they got rid of Hangouts. And I admit I did not do all the Hangouts, but I did a majority of them. I wasn't a huge fan of the format of Hangouts because I don't really like I don't really like the visual novel style that they were using for Hangouts. I think it would have been a lot more fun. What's aggroed to me? I think it would have been a lot more fun. Oh, it's this guy. Oh, he's gone now. If it would have been kind of like mini character stories. And so I just started writing down a bunch of ideas. And I was like, you know, what if we went on like a mission with Lenny and Lynette and Fremine to do like a secret undercover mission with the House of the Hearth. Like they asked the traveler to come with them and help them on like their mission or something. Like something like that would be fun. It could be short and sweet. It wouldn't have to be like multiple hours long, but it would give us a chance to like interact with the actual characters in the game and get to know them better. Cause like, let's be real. Who is reading the character stories in their bio? Like 5% of the Genshin audience. Like most people are not reading those. Even for me, someone who, you know, I love Genshin. I consider myself a huge Genshin fan. I don't read all those bios, you know? So, and then I was like, or you could do mini games that are more focused on the character. Like recently, in the Natlan quest, Kachina had mentioned that she wanted to like open a bakery or a restaurant or something, or she wanted to bake cakes or something. I can't remember what it was. And I was like, that would be a fun event. Like help Kachina open, you know, a bakery and help her bake cakes or something. But it's like, it's still the same sort of mini games, but they're just more focused on the actual characters and their stories and their personalities. And I think I went on to list like 15 ideas in about 2 minutes. I was like, we could go water tasting all across Teyvat with Duvalette. He could teach us all about the different kinds of water. I mean, as dumb as that sounds, it would be a lot more fun than some of these events they're coming up with, you know? Or, you know, maybe we go delivering packages with Kirara and run into trouble with the treasure hoarders or something. I mean, you know, I'm just brainstorming. I came up with, I'm trying to think of what other ideas I came up with. I said, what if we ran into Fischl and we needed to jump into a storybook and revisit her magical castle realm from the summer event and help her with a problem there. Like maybe, you know, one of her magical companions is in trouble or something, and we have to go into like a limited time domain. And because that castle area was so cool, I would love to go back and see that again. So I just feel like there's a million ideas they could come up with that would be so much better than the events that we've been having, because most of the events are just, they're just boring. They're basically just like copies of other games like TFT, Candy Crush, like putting all of those game modes into Genshin, which is not, like I said, it's not exactly a terrible idea, but I think you need to still keep the focus of the event on the characters. I mean, let's face it, Genshin is about the characters. Most people who are still playing this game, it's because they're invested in the characters and their stories and they want to see what's going to happen. Because, you know, other gacha games have come out that are just as good, if not better, than Genshin. I feel like my graphics are not as good. Hold on a second. And I think these should all be on maximum. I don't know why these got turned down. I want motion blur off. Oh yeah, these definitely got turned down. I don't know why. I could just tell because I was looking at the city and it looked blurry. Anyway, yeah, so I listed all these ideas and I even told them, I was like, and I have more ideas. I could literally spend an hour and probably come up with 30 more ideas for fun adventures and events that we could have in the game with the characters. So I don't know if anybody is going to read that feedback or even cares. But I'm really hoping that they can kind of spruce up the events and make them a little more meaningful and a little more fun so that we can, you know, just have more fun in the game. I said the only one that I really like anymore still is Windtrace. And even Windtrace, I feel like the last iteration was the worst. It's like, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, you know? Windtrace was good day one. We really didn't need to add that whole capture the flag element. I think it made it more stressful. And the whole fun of the game is just to hide and seek. You don't need to complicate it, you know? Especially because Genshin has such high turnover and so many new players coming into the game. I can't even tell you how many people I see on social media who are like brand new Genshin players. It's crazy. And it's going to be new for them. And I think veterans are also happy. If it's a good minigame, if it's a good event, we don't mind. You know, if it's the same. You know, if it's good, then don't mess with it. It's kind of my philosophy. So anyway, I really hope they'll, because I know Nodcry, you know, they've pretty much said it's going to be a revamp of like Genshin in general. They're going to change a lot of the ways they do stuff, which I think is good. I think change is good. Even if you have a great game, you need to constantly be evolving and growing and upping your game over time if you want to have longevity. And like they said in the live stream, you know, they were comparing their goals to like, you know, games that have been around for like 20 years. And you know, the reason those games have been around for so long is because people love them. They love what they are, you know. You don't have to reinvent the wheel. Just, you know, keep making the good game that you've always made, I guess. So I feel hopeful that, listen, Genshin has a lot of talented people working there. And I think once, you know, the higher ups and the people that make the decisions are willing to change, the creators are going to love that. Because if you're a creatively minded person, you love change. You know, you're constantly trying to evolve your craft and improve yourself because it keeps it fresh for you as well. I mean, they don't want to do the same old thing either, you know? So I think it's the best thing for everyone. I think Genshin deserves the best. It's just my opinion. Of course, I'm a big fan of the lore and the story. It's had its low moments where maybe it wasn't the greatest, but I think in the majority of stories have been very good. I think all of the Dainsleif quests are amazing. I love the world quests. I know a lot of people skip them, but I think they're amazing. The Saurian world quest was amazing. The Narcissenkreuz world quest was amazing. I even liked Aranara. I mean, it got annoying after a while because it was so long. But all in all, I mean, I was crying at the end, you know? I thought it was good. I think one reason why people don't like long quests is because they just try to do them in one sitting or in one day. And I think the devs really don't want you to do that. You know, if they put out a 12-hour quest over a 6-week period, they're probably hoping you'll have enough self-control to maybe do, you know, 2 or 3 hours a week. They don't want you to do 12 hours in a day. But I know most people are in a hurry to get things done quickly. You know, they want the rewards or they don't want to get spoiled or whatever the reason may be. I always thought they should just time gate everything. I think that's the easiest way to deal with the problem, because then people can't sit and do a quest for 12 hours. I mean, I know some people say they want to, but I think even if you love the quests and you enjoy them, nobody needs to be doing a quest for 12 hours. It's too much, you know? So I'm definitely a fan of the idea of time gating them and releasing them slower. It gives people not only a chance to space it out over the whole 6 weeks, but it also gives you a chance to digest what you are reading. Because, I mean, most of these quests are unvoiced. And even as someone who loves to read, I mean, I don't want to read for 12 hours straight, you know? You know, that's torture. So, yeah, I don't know. I feel like it's probably very difficult because you have some people who just really don't like the idea of things being time gated. They want to be able to have the freedom to do it at their own pace, which I could see. Definitely I can see that. Especially like, let's say, you know, maybe you only have the weekend to play and you can't play during the week, you know, you work too many hours, and so you need to be able to sit down and power through the quest. But on the other hand, you could just wait until the whole thing is released and then you could sit down and do it in one sitting if you really want to do it that way. I don't know. Anyway, these are things that are probably more controversial just because everybody's gonna have a different experience and a different way they like to do things, but I do think if Hoyo can improve the content of the events and the mini games, like I haven't heard anyone complain about the Kenichi and Risley event. I call it that because they're on the banner, I mean on the advertisement for it. But I haven't seen really anyone complain about that quest or the content, you know, of the running the stalls. It seemed like everyone pretty much enjoyed it. So I think that's 100% due to the characters being in the event. Because we are starving for character content right now. Which seems crazy to say in a character-based game. But I think the combination of missing the English voice actors, plus so many events that are just based on either NPCs or enemies, trolls, just basically a lot of events that are just not focused on the characters. I think that's why people love events that have the characters in them. Oh, I remember another one I suggested. I remember another idea I suggested. I said you should have an architectural event where Kaveh designs a home for him and Al-Haytham. They decide they want to get out of the city and live out in the country. And, you know, they're just tired of the hustle and bustle of Sumeru, and they're ready to go, you know, to a nice, peaceful, rural setting. And so Kaveh gets the opportunity to, you know, design their home. And so the traveler comes, and we have like a little mini architectural. Now here's where my past comes into my bias, because I used to build for The Sims 4 for many years. So I love building, and I love architecture. I love home design. I love that stuff. So I don't know. I think it would be so cool if we had a little building mini game event with Kaveh. I just think that would be the funnest thing ever. Just a perfect example of how what could be just a very easy little mini game could suddenly become so fun when you center it around the character and the character that's much loved by your audience. So yeah, just put me in the room with the writers. Let me just brainstorm them out about 50 good ideas, and then they can just take it and run with it. I'm trying to remember what other ones I put on that list. I imagine Hoyo's probably been very busy working on Nodcry, especially if it's a huge change into the game, in the way the game is structured. And another reason why I think that is because I feel like they kind of abandoned Natlan. Oh my gosh, it's already dead. Hello, Risley. Natlan, I think, started out promising. Okay, well, back up. I wasn't a big fan of the original idea for Natlan. I'm not a Pokemon enthusiast. That side of things didn't really strike a chord with me. But at the beginning of Natlan, I did have fun. Now, I'm a whale, so I can pull for all the characters with the cool traversal methods, which I think makes a huge difference in your Natlan experience. If you have Mulani and Kenichi and Chaska and all the different, you know, transportation modes, I think Natlan is a million times more fun. And as much as I love those characters and using them, I think it was a bad idea overall because it alienates so many free-to-plays who... It's one thing if you have to deal with the fact that you can't get a character that you want or that you like. That in and of itself is hard for people to have to emotionally deal with. But to have that character also be so crucially important to the traversal of the entire region. Like, I'm just thinking right now of Varessa. Like, I would not want to be here in the Collective of Plenty without Varessa. I mean, this is the most fun part of the entire zone, you know? I mean, look at this. She's so cool. She's just gonna run through this whole town. So I think you're putting a lot of stress on the player base by saying, hey, not only can you not get this cool character, but you're not going to be able to do all these cool moves either. So it's just like doubly painful. So as much as I enjoyed collecting all of these characters in Natlan and using them, I do feel like, yeah, it just alienates too many people. I think everyone should be able to have their characters do this, like make it an equipable gadget, something you can craft, tie it to a weapon. I don't know. Because the thing is, even if you say, well, just use Yansan, like, Yansan's not easy to get either. I think I pulled 2 copies of Varessa before I got my first Yansan. I'm not even kidding. So it's not easy to get the 4-star either. Well, it's actually more difficult to get the 4-star. So now one thing they could have done that I think would have been a good idea is there could have been a 4-star for every single one of these regions who was free, like Kachina was. Like every time you went to a region, you got a free 4-star that had the traversal. That would have been cool. People probably would say, well, that's just too many free characters, but I mean, they could do it. Nobody wants to use the Saurians. They're clunky, they're no fun. Unless you're like a big Pokemon fan, or you really like dinosaurs, or you have some kind of interest there. I don't think the average player wants to run around as that. We want to run around as our characters. Do you know how much money this C6 Varessa cost me? I want to play as her. I don't want to play as anything else. So yeah. These are all my thoughts. I have so many thoughts this morning. This just happens to me sometimes where I just get a lot of ideas on my mind and I just gotta let them out. Unfortunately, I don't have any friends IRL who play Genshin. Now, I do have a friend who plays Honkai Star Rail. And I do have a friend who plays Wuthering Waves. But the only friend I had who played Genshin quit. So it's kind of sad I don't really have anybody to talk to about Genshin anymore. Because I still very much enjoy the game. People may say, why? Like I said, I love the story. I love the lore. I love the characters. I like the regions. I like the maps. I like the exploration. Pretty much the only thing I'm unhappy with is the lack of English voice actors right now, and that the mini games are getting kind of boring. I feel like they're recycling a lot of the same bad ideas. sometimes, like, okay, for an example, here's an example. When they first came out with Wind Trace, some people were like, "Oh, it's prop hunt, it's prop hunt," but I didn't care. Like, "Oh, hey Ace, I'm just rambling on and on about all the Genshin news. Don't mind me." I have so many thoughts about the Paimon situation, about the survey that came out. Oh, so you may have not seen, since you don't play in English, Paimon basically confirmed on social media that she has stepped down, aka I think she got fired from Paimon. So everyone is rejoicing in the streets. There are parties everywhere. She has healed the entire fandom. I have never, in the 5 years of playing Genshin, seen every single faction of Genshin celebrate at the same time. The shippers, the combat players, the role players, the teapot players, everyone is rejoicing over Paimon. You will celebrate. Yeah, please celebrate in our favor that hopefully she'll never come back. Oh my God, what a nightmare. So, so the survey was asking about the current events that were in the game. The Risley Kaniche game, with the stalls, making the Fantasyland. And then it asked about the auto battler, the one that's like a chessboard auto battler. And I was just kind of spitballing all these great ideas I have for events that I typed up into the survey. I literally listed like a dozen or more events that they could do. Yeah, seriously. I mean, most people feel that way. And the thing is, I was talking about this before, but I'll just repeat it. Her voice really didn't bother me in the early game, like in 1.0, like when I first started playing Genshin. Her voice changed. Paimon's voice changed, and it got worse. And that in and of itself was bad. But then, of course, everything that's happened with the VA has completely ruined the character forever. Like, there's no redemption for the VA at this point. Even people who were fence sitting the whole strike or didn't care, like everyone now is like, get her out of here, So, yeah, it's a good thing. It's a very good thing. We don't need disrespectful, disgusting people affiliated with Genshin. People who stream from toilets and attack other voice actors and lie to fans and just generally a terrible person. Yeah, we don't need that. Yeah, and I think a lot of them, at this point, honestly, I feel like most of the OG cast will be replaced. The only one that I'm really upset about, well, I'm upset about a few, but the biggest loss to the game for sure will be Dainsleif. His VA is incredible. He's so talented and has such a nice voice, and that will be a huge, huge loss to Genshin. The only less painful part is the fact that he's been gone for so long. I think people will just be so happy to have Dainsleif back in the game, because he does all, I think it's the same for JP. Oh yeah, because it's Pseudoken. He does all the collected miscellanies as well, and those have been muted for months and months now. So I think most English players are just ready for a voice of just in general. Like, they've just gone past the point of How can they afford it? Dude, are you joking? $15 billion a year? They could literally get Jesus to come back, and like, they've got enough money to do anything. They could literally hire anyone. They could get Tom Cruise to come and voice Daisy. Are you joking? Yeah, I don't think people realize sometimes how much $1 billion is and how much $15 billion is. It's an insane amount of money. You could literally buy the planet for that amount of money. So I'm excited just to get all the empty voices filled at this point. If it's a new actor, fine. I'll be sad to lose some of my favorites, but I just want voices. At this point, I just want voices. I'm ready for voices. Yeah, I've been playing all of the Archon quests in JP now since last winter. And I love the JP cast. I mean, you know me, I'm a huge weeb. I love them all dearly. I just like playing in English so I don't have to read while I'm in combat or while I'm trying to accomplish some task. It's like very troublesome to have to read. I don't know, it just kind of throws me out of the moment if I'm in combat in some, you know, big moment in the story and I have to read. It's just, it's not fun. So we need all the voices. I know Venti's English VA is she said that she has already recorded her stuff to make up for what she missed, so that's good. But honestly, we have dozens who are probably going to be replaced at this point. Another one I'll hate to see go is Zhongli. That'll be very hard. That's gonna suck. Even Child, you know, D-Luke, like these are all iconic voices from the early days. Kaya too. Well, at this point, I don't even think it's a question. I think they can. I mean, I don't know if you have been keeping up with the news, but the CEO of SAG-AFTRA did a live stream 2 days ago and basically told the voice actors that they will no longer be able to work off the card during the strike, even if the game is not struck. They're not allowed to do that anymore. They can only work for union projects. So, and he also said in the live stream that they would press charges. So I don't think the union VAs will be back. That's unless they go FICOR. I think several of them, like Risley and Sino and probably Venti, a lot of these older ones that are still in the game are coming back. I think they're what's called FICOR, which is they're in the union, but they don't receive any benefits. They don't get like medical insurance or anything from the union. Yeah, it's a mess. It's really a mess. It's not even a union in my opinion because I think at this point it's just they're just trying to bully. They're just trying to bully their way in with Hoyoverse, a game that's not even being struck, just to try to get their way. So I don't like that. What they should have done is, if they really wanted to try to get the union contract out of Hoyo, when they decided to do that last summer or whenever it was, what they should have done is when they said, okay, we're going to do this collective work refusal or whatever you want to call it. But we're going to only do it for a certain period of time. Now, of course, you don't tell the gaming company that because that undermines your strike or whatever. But I don't think it should have ever been allowed to go on this long. I think at some point you have to take the L, you know? You go, you know, you refuse to work. You try for a certain amount of time. You put the heat on them. And then after a while, when the company is not budging and they're not listening to you and they're replacing people, it's time to give up. Like, you're not going to win. So, yeah. And the thing is, for Paimon's VA, it literally makes no sense to me how they could walk away from a job that has thousands of voice lines, so much money, and an anime coming.
Into managing an orchard.
Do you...
Watering, weeding, fertile...
It's like, hello? This game is not even struck, and you're going to ruin your career and so much income. Oh, there's... you... Oh, come on.
What?
You really don't think there is? I'm pretty sure it was already leaked. Because I saw something on Twitter about a month ago, a Ufotable leak that said they were working on it. I'm pretty sure they wouldn't just abandon that. Yeah, I'm pretty sure they are working on it. No, those aren't made by Ufotable though. Those are made in-house by the in-house animators. We have not seen any Ufotable anime shorts. Yeah, so Ufotable is a smaller, I mean, they're not small, but they're a little bit of a smaller company. And I know they've been very, very busy with Demon Slayer and all the Demon Slayer movies and stuff. So I think it's just a question of waiting our turn. Ufotable will make something for Genshin. Now, will it be an animated series or an anime movie? I don't know. Will it be a collection of shorts? I don't know. It could be any of those three things. But it will happen. It'll be something. Even if it's just one short, it'll be something from Ufotable. But I personally believe it's probably more likely to be a series than a movie. But it could be a movie. But yeah, I would be very shocked if the whole thing just died. I don't see that as likely to happen. I think people are just incredibly impatient. I just waited 6 years for the second half of the season of Ace of Diamond to get announced for next year. 6 years. And it's not even a new season. It's the second half of the current season. I know what it's like to wait, okay? And in anime, sometimes you have to wait a long time. But it'll be worth it. I have faith. I think it's going to be incredible. Personally, that's what I think. I think they're probably waiting to get to a certain part in the story where the anime is going to fit best. Because obviously, they're not going to want to animate the game story. That would be silly. Because either fans have already played it and already know what happens, or it would ruin it for new players who haven't played it yet. So I think it's most likely going to be a prequel. I think we're going to see things like the rise of Celestia, the fall of the three ancient civilizations, the Archon War, stuff like that. The Guili Assembly, the OG like Adepti, like Minogius and Shao and all the I'm having a brain blank, you know. No, it says in the credits who made it. They're all credited with the creators and the developers and the names of the people who made the animations. It's all credited. It's the same company in-house that made all the Honkai Impact 3rd animations. It's an in-house animation, and it looks nothing like Ufotable. Ufotable anime is very easy to spot. They have a style that's very, very easy to spot. And nothing that's come out is anywhere even remotely close to Ufotable style. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, there's so many great stories they could tell. And so many fan favorites. I mean, who wouldn't want to see the Archon War, you know?
Get back on track.
Or see... I mean, there's so many different things they could do.
Hurry up, Brassa.
And it would also be a great opportunity to introduce anime-only characters, because if you go back 500 years... I mean, there could be all kinds of characters that are not in the current Genshin, which would be awesome. Yeah. So we'll definitely get something. It could be shorts, but I think it was probably more likely to be regular length anime episodes or a movie.
My parents always say, no matter how busy life gets, you should always sit down.
A
and
movie
enjoy a
would be
proper meal
cool
when you get
because
home.
you could
What I
condense
like to do,
an event like the
stand right
Archon
up
War
then squash it all down.
into like a 2-hour format,
Breath.
just kind of
Wolf
hitting
it
the
down
high
in one go.
points.
That way, I get to eat my fill without wasting too much time.
I want to see Shishroom, the giant mushroom from the chasm, fighting in the Archon War. That'd be so cool. There's so many cool things they could do. I want to see the Guili Assembly. Or the Fall of Mondstadt, Decorabian, the OG Venti. I mean, there's a million things they could do. So many good stories. But yeah, I think Ufotable's just been super, super busy with Demon Slayer. And Genshin may have known that they didn't want the anime to come out until a certain part in the game, like maybe after Nodcry or after Snezhnaya or something. I don't think they would do that though, because they have their own animation studio that's in-house. Like, why would they pay another company to come in and take over for that when they're doing such an amazing job? I mean, everyone loves the shorts, you know, that are made already. So that would be pretty counterproductive to do it that way.
Stronger. Start the clock.
I actually think people would be pretty sad about that if they got rid of those. Well, I think that's pretty common though in anime to announce things way, way in advance, you know? That happens all the time. I mean, didn't we just recently get an announcement that number 6 was going to be coming back? And that'll be years of waiting, probably. It's pretty common. Pretty common in the anime world.
Running late again.
And probably because they were just so excited to make the deal. I mean, that's a huge... Especially at the time. I mean, you have to remember that was year 1 of Genshin. Most of Westerners didn't even know Genshin existed back then. That was big news for them. You know, they were probably really excited. Ufotable might have said something like, you know, we'll make the deal, but you have to wait until Demon Slayer's done, you know? Or it could have been the opposite. It could have been Hoyo saying, we want to make this anime, but we can't release it until after Nodcry, or after Snezhnaya, or after Conria, or, you know, for whatever reason they had a certain timeline in mind. It might... Actually, it would be kind of cool if it... You know what would be really cool? Is if we got to a certain point in the game, like maybe after Snezhnaya, where the Traveler starts talking about going to Conria, because I think we definitely will go to Conria. And then the anime starts that season with all the history, like the prequel. And then the prequel would end right before the Conria, right before the Conria arc. Like, I mean, these companies are gonna make smart decisions for how things fit in with the story. Players just don't have any patience. That's the #1 problem. That's why people get so upset about, like, if there's a certain point in the game where they're like, well, why haven't I seen XYZ character? Or why haven't we gone back to XYZ region? Or it's like patience, you know? You gotta have patience. When I was younger, I was really into, like, you know, all the big book series. You know, I read, obviously, Harry Potter. I read Maze Runner. I read Percy Jackson. You know, I was reading all of those back in the day. And waiting for the books was, like, so fun, because you would get together with all your friends and you would brainstorm all these theories about what was going to happen next and build so much hype, you know. No, I don't think I've ever entered a lad's code in the entire time I've been playing the game. I don't even know where to enter codes. These are whale problems. Anyway, I like building hype and looking forward to things. I think it's fun. Shocker. Are you even surprised? All right, I'm just running around doing nothing. I need to burn resin on something. I guess I could do some more ley lines. I even sent that message to customer service and I was like, oh, I heard there was a VIP program, but I've never read my mail. Because all I do in game is I just click on mailbox, I click claim all, and I just delete everything. I've never read a message in that game. So they probably sent me one and I just never even knew. And I don't even really care. It's just, I saw the merch and I would like to have the merch. Oh my gosh, did you see my tweet yesterday about Ami Ami? Dude, I am so sad. So, for years, I have used DHL for Ami Ami shipping to the US. And wouldn't you know, they have stopped using DHL because of the tariffs. So, for my Zhongli Nendroid, which I think was like, I want to say it costs maybe $30 or $40. I can't remember, USD. I can't really remember exactly. Typical Nendroid price. My shipping was $30. So I paid double. I paid double. No, I can't wait that long. And listen to this. Not only did I pay double for Zhongli, I have like 10 pre-orders that I'm going to have to pay double for. I pre-ordered... Okay, I pre-ordered Sunday and Robin. I pre-ordered Blade. I pre-ordered Venti's second Nendroid, the doll with the clothes. I pre-ordered, oh, this is the one that's really going to be bad. I pre-ordered that gigantic Dan Heng figure. The giant one. That's going to cost me literally hundreds of dollars to ship. Oh, hello? Those things, you cannot buy those. Okay, well, maybe in Japan you could. But it would be difficult to find. Plus, I don't even know, with the political climate, if I'm going to be able to bring back home 3 giant suitcases full of merch next time. I have a feeling they'll stop me at the border. Make me pay tariffs on my own shopping. They're probably not going to allow it. Because they'd probably think I'm bringing them into the U.S. to sell. It's a nightmare, honestly. It's like, you thought Republicans were bad. And why are all these babies coming over here? I don't want to kill these. This shipping situation is just absolutely a nightmare. Yeah, another president. We're stuck with this guy forever. I just don't understand why people voted for him. I really don't. Like, I don't get it. It's like, why do people want to pay more for everything? Hello? More for groceries, more for shipping, more for ordering everything. I don't even know, man. It's so depressing. So basically, I'm going to have to give Ami Ami all the money I have just to get my pre-orders home.
There's a lot that goes into managing an orchard. Watering, weeding, fertilizing the soil, making sure the temperature is right.
Yeah, I don't know. Good things never happen in this country. It's just pretty much a given at this point. We are stuck in a nightmare situation. Yeah, J.D. Vance becoming president is not going to solve our problems, trust me.
What?
He's just a little miniature Trump. It's like, oh, tariffs are gonna give us all money. We're all gonna have so much more money. Oh, yeah. Then why am I paying double? Apparently they don't care about weebs.
Show me your move. Step aside. Let's move. Seize the skies. Take a seat. Look out below. You're incoming. Headbutt. Doors over.
Yeah, as long as guns are not tariffed, right, then everything's fine in the US. That's the only thing people around here care about. Just don't mess with my guns, brother. Okay. I feel like I've been doing this forever. How am I not I still haven't got my commissions. Help me. Well, here's the thing. I might not pull for Xavier because I just really don't care. And I'm starting to lose interest in collecting his cards. I don't know, man. Like, the preview for that card and the ads for that card just give me the creeps. Yeah, I don't know. It's just something about it is weird.
No matter how busy life.
Like, do you have... Are there people who have, like, some kind of fetish related to, like, bothering sick people or something? Like, I don't know. The dude is like, I'm sick. I'm so ill. And then we're, like, hitting on him. Like... I don't get it. Apparently I don't have that kink. I don't have I'm the type of person to be like, oh, you're sick and you have germs. I will move to the other side of the house for a week. I'm not crawling into bed with a sick person. Well, I don't know the story either. I'm just going by what I saw in the preview. I don't know. That's why I didn't pull for the cat maids. I was like, I don't get it. Cat maids are not a thing for me. So I don't think I'm going to be pulling for that one. Plus, I don't play the game that much anyway. I don't even know why I'm pulling to begin with. It's really not a game for me. I don't like romance. Unless it's yaoi. Then I like romance. Oh my god, she died. Everyone's dying because I'm not looking at the screen. Oh. He's sick in some other way. What, is he in heat or something? Is this some kind of Omega situation going on? I don't know. I just don't think it's for me. Okay, hopefully this will be it. Wait, didn't I already do this one? Oh, well, I hate to admit it, but I don't really follow the story that much, so I don't really know what his deal is. The only thing I know about Xavier is that we apparently knew him in a past life or something, or in a previous time in our life or something. That's about all I know. From, like, academy days, school days, or something. I really don't know. But I don't think it's not her past, right? It's like a former life or something. I don't know.
On my mark.
I played Wuthering Waves yesterday for like 7 hours. I'm trying to get caught up.
You want to stand down. Sword feet. Hi. Yeah. Yeah. Kapow. Charge. Hero incoming.
Oh, this should be it. Hopefully. Free me from these ley lines, please. Yay! Oh wait, this is not my friendship team.
Ad Astra Abyss. Thank you for complete.
Okay, finally done. All right, so next, actually, you know what I'm going to do next? I want to watch the animated short. I haven't watched it yet. That came out this morning. Let's see here. Yeah, I want to watch this, but wait. See, here's the logos for the in-house animation I was telling you about. It's not, these aren't made by Ufotable. Well, this isn't Genshin anyway, but I mean, all the Genshin ones are made by them as well. Okay, let's see here. Check the quality. Okay, so we've got a new animated short for ZZZ. I'm very excited to see this. Oh, wait. I forgot to change category. I have to learn. There we go.
It's been a while. Hee-chan. Time has passed in the blink of an eye. Yet, what happened that day, I still...
Fresh buns, straight out of the steamer! Get 'em hot!
I want to eat char siu buns. Okay, I'll buy you some.
You are the best sister in the world.
Oh no,
You
this is going to be
always kept your
tragic.
word, no matter what.
Ethan, here.
Everything was fine as long as you were with me. Shifu told us that Yunquei Summit took in lots of kids like us, with everyone training together in the mountains. And as long as we did some chores, we'd be fed, clothed, and wouldn't go hungry. But Shifu was a liar,
Aw.
the best liar in all the world.
Look over here, kiddos.
Luckily, I had you. Otherwise, I would have starved. Shifu told us that we were talented, and with training, one of us might inherit the Qingming sword. Yizhang said if she could become the High Preceptor, then she could become even more powerful and help more people. She said there was nothing that was impossible. If I could have been like Yizhang, then perhaps...
Yishan, we're different from the others. Your talent will become a weapon that can protect everyone. You'll go further than any of us.
Between you and Shifu, I felt I'd never get to show my abilities. Or at least, so I thought. Isn't the Qingming sword the weapon that protects everyone?
All past bearers of this sword eventually lost their senses and memories, like a hollow shell. But to protect everyone, we need its power.
I'll train hard and find a better way. Please, promise me you won't use the sword again. You mustn't become like Shifu. Surely we can find a better way, a right way to use it. Maybe if I work hard enough. Has the Qingming sword already taken your senses? Aren't you afraid?
I'm terrified. But you're still here with me. You're the clever one. So then, I'll leave it to you to think of something for the Qingming sword and everyone's futures. Until then, I'll be the one to protect you.
花开花落都不过时间的步调，星光来藏在乌云中不知所踪，这些我都懂，命运捉弄，体会切的发生悲伤或感动，一个生命就是翻越西北，平静着接受。
Wow, Jing Liu, anyone?
也来不及，就不别措手不及，太多不可惜，就你为何偏心越逃离，回忆却越发清晰，记得起那些无记忆，孤独徘徊的记忆。
Aww.
Shifu, you're awake.
Always eating. Have you taken care of everything?
Yeah, ages ago. Here, have a chashu bun.
No thanks. I don't like them.
Oh, okay then.
熟悉自己都斑驳，有些伤口到最后疤痕都没留，那是我不懂，有何不同？体会一切的发生，短暂或长久。如果时间真能带走一切，这次呢？可是已来不及，这离别措手不及，我无法抗拒，去相信或忘记，触手不及，不忍心。第一次重燃宿命，记得起那些夜深人静，孤独徘徊的记忆，两颗心分离。 手不及，我无法抗拒。去相信或忘记，触手不及不忍心，每一次重燃宿命，记得起那些今生细雨，越发清晰的回忆，我们曾相遇。
Aw, so cute. I'm so glad Wise is getting a new outfit. So I don't know if it's just me, but that story was so similar in its sort of vibe, like kind of its overall feel, as The House of the Hearth. So the guy has all these kids that he brings in to train to take over this sword. Very similar to, reminds me of The House of the Hearth, the original House of the Hearth, which is funny. You mentioned Arlecchino short because, yeah, that same kind of idea of bringing all these kids in to fight to the death or to fight each other for who's gonna get this sword or whatever. Yeah, that was interesting. But yeah, Arlecchino short was not made by Ufotable. I can 100% guarantee you that. They have a lot of different in-house animators and many different art styles that we've seen over the years that have done the shorts for Genshin. If you just compare, like, for example, the Lantern Rite animated shorts to the character animated shorts to all the different animated shorts, they all have very different looks, different art styles. I mean, look at the Kaniche short or the Natlan short that they did at the beginning of Natlan. Like, they couldn't be more different. The art styles are so different. But none of those were made by Ufotable. I can promise you. Ufotable has a very easy to identify art style, and if you go back and watch the Genshin anime trailer from 3 or 4 years ago, you can 100% see that is Ufotable's animation style, and they have not made anything for Genshin yet. But I believe they are working on it, and I believe we will find out hopefully soon if it's going to be a series or a movie or a series of shorts or whatever it's going to be. But no, none of the shorts that have come out are Ufotable. I would literally bet my life on that. Definitely not. So we'll see. I'm patient, and I think it'll be worth the wait. I think their work is amazing. Even if you don't like Demon Slayer, nobody can look at that and not see the art. It's just absolutely breathtaking. Especially the animation of the fight sequences is just incredible, So we'll find out eventually, because even if, let's say, devil's advocate, let's say something happened and they broke their contract and they're not going to make anything for Genshin, we'll find out if that happened as well. We'll eventually find out. Whatever the case may be, we will find out eventually what it is. But I definitely know that nothing has come out from Ufotable yet, as of yet. I don't play the arcade games, not interested in that. Okay, right now my main goal in this game is to try to fix my absolutely horrific Yuko build. Look at this. It's so bad. Oh no. It's practically a 1-to-1 crit ratio. It's so bad. I'm embarrassed. So I have to keep grinding. Keep grinding for better. My boy deserves the best of the best. So gotta keep on working hard. I think I've been mostly running this one for Polar Metal because I've been getting some pretty good attack pieces. It's just my Polar Metal 2-piece set that's been so absolutely horrible. No, I didn't. I saw the teaser, but I have not seen it yet. No. I will have to check that out. Although I think I prefer Tuanto as Jean. His Jean cosplay was so good. I didn't know Ant was in it, though. That's cool. I haven't seen the two of them together in anything in ages. I loved when they were living in that streamer house and they used to do joint content like cooking and stuff. I just thought they were so cute. But I have not seen them together in, I can't even remember how long it's been. So that's cool.
Gotcha now. Stay calm now. Hail for the dawn that sets the world alight. Truth is a beloved fairy tale.
Could I have some good pieces, please? Garbage. I need crit damage so bad, but no, I refuse. I refuse. Guy punching me in the back of the head. Got me thrown off my rhythm now. That's one thing about ZZZ. If you get thrown off your rhythm, you're cooked. You are cooked. Another crit damage, but at least this one could possibly maybe crit rate. Even though I have plenty of crit rate. I don't want to sacrifice any. I would love to stay above 80%. That would be amazing. I don't know if it's going to happen.
What a coincidence. Allow me to reap your Go, stay calm.
Can't even see the screen.
Head for flowers that bloom in the abyss.
Of course, on the set that I don't need. Sure. Sure. Oh my gosh. Come on. Now they're just taunting me. That's exactly what I want, but in the other set. Come on.
flame fade, ash remain.
No. Oh man, it's so depressing. Please give me the pieces I actually need so I can be done building Hugo.
Stand still. Head to the flowers that bloom in the abyss. Allow me to reach your soul.
Wait, why did the cat... Okay, I definitely 100% changed the category. I don't know why it's not... Why it won't stay. Or is it just on my end? I don't know. Maybe I just see that it keeps flipping back to the old category. I don't know. Oh, it is? Okay, good. For some reason, it'll say ZZZ on my end, and then like a few minutes later, it'll say Genshin. I don't know why. Probably just OBS being annoying. I've always been kind of a casual ZZZ player. Well, not kind of. I'm definitely a casual ZZZ player. But I have to say, Hugo's story really roped me in. I loved it. I thought it was so good.
Awaiting orders.
Hello?
Is a beloved friend.
His story was so good. The voice actor is so good. Of course, that had a lot to do with it as well. Yeah, he was perfect. The story was perfect. I enjoyed it so much. I was practically crying at the end. It was so good. ZZZ needs to keep it up with stories like that. It's too bad. I feel like they made a mistake by starting the game with kind of the most boring story. Like, I really didn't enjoy the whole Bellabog construction company part of the story. And I didn't really care that much about the cunning hairs either. I don't know. I just feel like when you start a game, a brand new game, you need to put your best foot forward, you know? And I just feel like the beginning of the game was just... I don't know. It just wasn't that... It didn't really grab me. I'm very picky. I don't want any of these. But the stories have been getting better and better.
Allow me to reach my soul. Scram before I get angry.
What is going on with my... I don't know what is going on with my fingers today. They are just not obeying my brain. Penacony? You liked Penacony? Yeah, Penacony was good. It had some parts that were a little boring. Well, I'll lock that just because it's inset. It had some parts that were kind of slow. But I thought the high points were very high. And the characters, of course, were great. I feel like even though maybe I don't like the premise of Amphorius as much. I think the storytelling is getting better. It's getting a little tighter. 3.3 had a good story vibe. Like, I didn't really feel bored. Plus, they added this thing where you can skip, like, certain dialogue sections if it's going to talk about something that's not really relevant to the story, which I thought was a great addition. Like, in the part where they went up to, like, where the sky people were from or whatever, and they had all this, like, backstory about them, and it was all skippable. So I think that's a good sign that they're realizing that some people don't have time for 10-hour quests. Especially if a lot... Why is this stuck? Especially if a lot of the dialogue is not really that important to the story. Okay. Is this gonna crash or what? Hello? ZZZ? Are you there? Huh. Well, I guess I will just relaunch the game. I don't know what was going on there. I don't think that's ever happened to me on ZZZ before. But also I'm streaming, so it's probably a lot more stress on my PC. Maybe it was something on my end. I've been keeping an eye on my temps. I've been a little bit worried about my GPU lately. The temp's been hovering around 80, which is not bad, but it's getting up there for a game that shouldn't really be that stressful. Right now it's at 70. Oh. What? Okay. Oh, okay. When I teleported, it must have triggered that event. And then it just got confused. Okay. Anyway, that was weird. I was trying to get the new Bang Boo yesterday, but I did like 40-something pulls and I didn't get it. And I ran out of currency. What's going on here? Oh, level 57. I was trying to get this guy. Okay, anyway, I want to go over here to the music shop.
Good evening. Today's special is the electric margarita with bluesy undertones.
I'll take an electric margarita. Sounds good. Okay, polar metal. I wish I had one of these, but I don't. I use them all. All right, we'll just have to see what we can get.
What a perfect
Crit
mix.
damage.
The joy that this delicious
I don't
composition
know.
brings
Oh,
is
no.
truly
Gosh, I got so excited. For a second there, I thought this was crit rate with crit damage, but it's defense. Damn it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't need any of those.
Take your time and savor it.
No. No.
The joy that this delicious composition brings is truly remarkable.
I don't think I got anything.
I'll be waiting for your next visit.
I don't know what to do. This is really a nightmare. Because what would, well, if I could get a replacement piece for this, Because this is not, I mean, double defense, only one roll of crit damage. This is not a good piece. The problem is, I don't have anything else. Yeah, I literally have nothing. And this one, I could roll this piece. It's not great. But then I'd have to swap out. Now here I got 2 rolls of crit damage and 3 rolls of crit damage. Here I didn't, this is another one that I need to replace. When are we gonna get reroll substats in this game? It's time. I would reroll this one. I would reroll this one 100%. I would maybe even, well, no, it'd probably be stupid to reroll that one. I would reroll this because I don't need all this crit rate. This one's good. These two I'm definitely keeping. So I don't know what I'm going to do. This is very bad ratio. I need crit damage very, very badly.
Please forgive me for stealing the moonlight.
I can't do any more of these. I already did as many of those as I can, I think. I probably have some ice chips in the shop. Let me see. Let me see. Okay. Should I just take all of these? Why not?
Please forgive me for stealing the moonlight.
Oh, no, I'm out. Wow, that's all I could craft.
I wish you a fabulous day.
I guess there's nothing else I can do. It's just not gonna... It's not gonna get better. It's gonna be sad.
For stealing the moonlight.
This gives me hope. I want to see a Hugo skin. Give me a Hugo skin today. Okay, well, I guess that's it for ZZZ. Time to switch to Wuwa. I can show you all the pulls I did yesterday. I had a very lucky day. Probably So yesterday,
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle. The divinity may foresee the future of the world.
I got
but I doubt he can
Chacona
predict which song people will play tomorrow.
and her weapon. I got Chacona in I got her in 40 pulls, which I was very surprised by because normally I don't get earlies in this game, like ever. So then I was like, well, I'll just pull for her weapon since I got her early. And I got her weapon in 20 pulls, so 60 pulls total for her and her weapon. So then I still had 10 pulls left. So I came over here to the anniversary banner because my Jinshi has been running just the standard 5-star, the attack weapon, because I didn't have her signature weapon. So I came over here with my last 10 pull, and look what happened. So I got Chacona's signature weapon, and then in the next 10 pull, I got Jinshi's signature weapon. So in 70 pulls, I got Chacona, her signature weapon, and Jinshi's signature weapon. Insane. So now my Jinshi has her signature weapon,
May I pray for anything specific?
which I have her skin, so I have her weapon skin on, which makes it match, which I love. She's beautiful. I love the skin so much. Like, please give everyone a skin just like this. And I love the weapon skin. I love the weapon skin. It's so pretty. And I love her animations, her big pink dragon. So as you can see, I got this up to 85 and then I ran out of materials. Oh, it looks like I got some more here. 86. So I ran out of materials to upgrade. So I need to give this a little bit more love. But it helped her build a lot because she was on an attack weapon. So now she's got 70% crit rate, which for me in this game, being behind, yeah, sure. Go have lunch. Thanks for stopping by. This really helped her stats a lot. See, like, this is more typical for me. Usually my characters don't have any crit rate in this game because I get terrible rolls on my echoes. Actually, my Phoebe is looking pretty good. Phoebe's new for me as well because I got her on her rerun, but I don't have her weapon. So I stole this one. And then I have Brant. I just got Zani at the very end of her banner, so she's not great right now. She needs more crit rate, and I got her weapon. I just been having a lot of trouble with 3 cost in this Eternal Radiance set. Like this one I need to replace because this is really not that good. This one I might keep, I don't know, because of the heavy attack bonus, which is nice. But neither of these pieces are really that great. I mean, the fact that they have 3 usable substats, I guess, is better than nothing. But no crit rate. And she needs crit rate badly. And then same goes for Phoebe. Wait, that's not Phoebe. Okay, so Phoebe is having kind of the same issue because I finally did get a crit rate roll on this, but the rest of it is pretty much garbage. And then this one is the only one that actually rolled pretty well. Oh, it's at 22. I don't know if I have any... Yeah, I'm out of... I have rolled so many echoes in the last week. It's insane. Because I got Shorekeeper recently too. I got her on the rerun. So I was building Shorekeeper, Zani, and Phoebe all at the same time, plus leveling up Genji's weapon. So I have been living in the XP domain, just grinding weapon XP, character XP. I want to get back to playing the game. But unfortunately, this is a kind of game. Okay, well, in the open world, it probably doesn't really matter, but for pretty much everything else, like, you can't run unbuilt characters in this game. Like, you know, in a game like Genshin, you can pretty much just throw together anybody, and you can clear content. I mean, maybe not the Abyss, but pretty much everything else with just random builds, random teams. I mean, the game is super easy. In this game, you really have to build your characters properly, because the combat is a lot more difficult. The bosses are a lot more difficult, because the reason it's difficult is because you actually have to have skill. You can't really fake it through. Like, I feel like with Genshin, if you get enough reactions going, like if you can get the right combination of elements, you can just kind of accidentally clear stuff. But, oh, do I need a gadget for this? Oh, no, I don't. I thought it was one of those ones I had to equip a gadget. Oh, hello. Interesting. Yeah, so in Genshin, you can kind of just accidentally clear stuff just with kind of very minimal effort. Unless you're getting into something maybe like the Abyss or local legends that sometimes require you to have a little more skill. But in this game, you really can't fake it with poorly built characters. You will suffer. You will suffer a lot. I think the first time I realized that I was really bad at this game was when I was farming Lorelei materials for somebody. Maybe it was Rocha. I can't remember. And I had just recently come back to the game for Renacida because I wasn't really playing very much before that time. And, I mean, I was logging in and doing dailies, but I wasn't really I wasn't really spending a lot of time in the game. And I was like, oh yeah, I need to farm this new boss or whatever. And that boss was kicking my butt big time. I mean, I was constantly getting sucked into the bubbles and one shot with just, yeah, it was not pretty. So you kind of have to build your characters and learn how to use them if you want to make it. And, oh, that's, okay, sure. I'll take an on-set 3 cost any day. Yeah, so still working on improving my ability to play. I think one reason why, like, I'm a visual learner. I can read something like 100 times and it'll mean nothing to me until I see it done. And a lot of my gaming experience over the years has been improved by watching like other streamers or YouTubers and kind of just learning by example. But because I don't really know, like, anybody who plays Wuthering Waves, I had one friend who was playing it, but he hasn't really played it in the last few months. So, and most of the streamers that I watch are either Genshin or Star Rail streamers, just because those games have been out longer and I just am part of those communities. So I think that's what's made Wuthering Waves even more challenging for me, is I haven't watched anybody play it. And it definitely affects my ability to learn quicker and better. Okay, so basically what I'm doing right now on this account... Oh, I was like, I see a thingy on the map, but I don't know where it is. These are like things you have to collect. They're kind of like, okay, and I missed it. I don't know how I just missed it, but I did. Anyway, it's got a thingy on it anyway. That's one thing I like is... Genshin should do that. Is like if you have an Animoculus that's in like a hard to reach area, put like a grapple hook on it. It makes it so much easier. But anyway, so right now I'm pretty much just slaving away in this domain to get more materials so I can finish building all these new characters. And now that I got Chikona yesterday, I need character level up materials as well as her boss materials. So I'm just going to be farming materials for the rest of my life, apparently. I really don't even want to pull on anyone else. Like, I'm not even joking, because I just need to build the ones that I have. It's funny because I can remember like people that I knew who were like casual Genshin players who would always say like, oh, it takes forever to build characters. And I'm like, what? It takes me 5 seconds to build a Genshin character. Well, yeah, of course it does, because I've been playing the game every single day for 5 years. And I have thousands of materials collected. So I haven't really farmed the map much in Wuthering Waves since like very early game.
Come at me.
Sentinel protect me.
What are you doing? This guy's just looking at me.
My shield can withstand more than that.
Crystals, give me strength.
Come at me. I don't have all day.
Still kind of learning how to play Zani as well. I just finished building her a few days before I got Chikona. So, and my Phoebe as well is brand new. So this is a team that I'm still kind of learning how to use.
Judgment time. Sentinel protect me. In the name of Imperator.
You barely made a dent. That's just a scratch.
Sentinel protect me.
Okay, let's see how much that'll give me. It's gonna take a while to finish leveling up all the stuff I got yesterday.
Whether it's for show or for May I pray for anything specific for you? It would be my honor.
Did I finish? Yes. Oh, that's a load off my mind. Okay, so Jinchi's weapon is done. Hey, I got that done in one day. That's good for me, considering I didn't have any weapon XP. So, she probably could use some more crit damage, but you know what? I'm not going to worry about it because some of these pieces, like this one's got some crit damage, 17%. Okay, that probably needs to be replaced. That's terrible. This one's not bad, 19%. It's, a little bit of crit rate, but not much else. Again, crit rate. Probably the worst piece is this one. I wonder if I have anything else. Let's see, in Spectro. I have that. Yeah, but this, see, here's one thing I don't know. Like I said, I'm not that great with Wuthering Waves. So, like, this is Spectro, and the set is Spectro, but the Heron is Arrow. So does that mean it's garbage or what? Like, I don't know. I honestly don't know. Oh, I have a skin for this. Cool. That's one thing I need to kind of learn more about with Echoes. Is I don't know if that would be good to use or not. So, that's pretty much all I've been doing in Wuthering Waves, just working on all the new characters and weapons that I got, getting them leveled up. And, just building them so I can actually use them, because I need to not only build them, but also learn how to play them. I feel like I've got a pretty strong knowledge on Carlotta at this point because I've played her the most. And her gameplay is very straightforward and easy. I have a lot of these. Okay. I don't think you don't get any credit for that. Okay, so that might do it. We did Honkai Star Rail, we did Genshin, we did Wuthering Waves, we did ZZZ. I think it's time for a break. I might come back later today because I've been thinking about some other games that I want to play on stream other than just doing gacha dailies, because right now in these games, since I'm caught up in the main story in all 4 games, most of the stuff that I have to do is kind of boring. I don't know if people would really be interested in just watching me level up characters and just, you know, do kind of boring stuff like that. So I'll probably stream like the story updates. I know, wow, let's see. So I think it's the 6th is the ZZZ update, and then the 11th or the 12th is the Wuthering Waves update, and then Genshin and HSR. Genshin will be next before HSR, but we haven't even had a live stream yet, so it's still a long time away. Yeah, it's only halfway through the patch, so long time till we'll be getting a story update. I'm hoping we're going to get a Dainsleif story, but I don't want it if it's muted. Please don't give me a muted Dainsleif story. I will cry. Yeah, so we'll just have to see what's coming out. Like, I know obviously there's a big new region for both ZZZ and Wuthering Waves next week. So that'll have tons of content, story, exploration, new characters. I'm pulling for all the new characters, because if you haven't guessed by now, I pretty much pull almost everyone. In Genshin, I have every character. In Honkai Star Rail, I have every character. In ZZZ, I have all but 2 characters. And in Wuthering Waves, I probably have the least. I'm actually curious how many banners I've skipped. I skipped probably several banners that were last fall when I wasn't playing as much.
The divinity may foresee the future of the world.
Okay, so let's see
But
everyone
doubt
I
we can predict
skipped.
which song
I never
people
got
will have for
Encore.
another adventure.
But she's standard banner, right? Okay, so Camellia, she came out when I wasn't really playing. And then Cantarella, I didn't pull for because I just don't like her. I don't know. She gives me the creeps. I don't know. Something about her just freaks me out. She's scary or something. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe it's because her trailer was like so traumatic with like the poison and everything. It just like,
Quickly and swiftly.
I don't know. Something about her just gives me a very uneasy feeling. I'm one of those people, like, I don't really care if a character is male or female. It doesn't really bother me, or I don't really have a preference. I'm honest. Like, I know probably nobody believes that, but I really don't have a preference about the gender of a character. For me, it's more about just like the way they look, their personality, their gameplay, and just the vibes, you know? When I saw Carlotta's trailer for the first time, I was so excited for Renacida. Like,
Quickly and swiftly.
I think her trailer just brought me back to the game with such, like, interest. I really just, I don't know. I just thought her trailer was so cinematic. It was so good. And just that whole scene of her, like, running and jumping and everyone following her was, like, so cool. I just loved her trailer. And I was like, okay, she is a must pull. And then Brant. I love Brant. I love his character. I love his personality. I love playing Brant. He's really fun. His moveset is really fun to play. It was funny because at first I thought he was just going to be a shielder, but he does a lot of damage. He really has a lot of uses, which in a game like this where you're doing a lot of combat, you know, obviously it's important to have characters that can do damage.
Quickly and swiftly. Brings it to life. My compliments. The stage is set.
I was beginning to think no echoes were going to drop from any of these mobs. I'm on the hunt for 1-star, one cost echoes. Oops, sorry about that. I wasn't paying attention. And with attack. I think anybody who plays Wuthering Waves probably knows that 1-cost attack echoes are hard to come by. At least they are for me. I don't know if that's the case for everyone else. So I'm always... Usually I try to just farm at least some amount of echoes every day. even if it's just a few, because right now I'm pretty hungry, so I don't know how much longer I'm gonna stream. But I want to at least do some before I get off. I'm gonna get backed against a wall.
This craftsmanship. A wise investment. Brilliance lights the way.
That's the only thing, I don't know if anybody saw that, but that's the only thing, the only complaint I have about Wuthering Waves is the camera movement. Like, why did opening that chest jerk my camera to the side? Like, was it trying to show me something? I don't know. That's one thing I noticed. Is like sometimes certain situations, if it's certain enemies or certain chests or I don't know, just certain interactables, it'll just take your camera control away from you. I'm not really sure why it does that. It's a little bit jarring. But it's not a big thing. It's just a little small thing. Yesterday, I farmed, what's his name? Copernicus or Capellius or... I can't think of his name. The soldier guy. Probably for like 2 hours. I don't even know. I lost count of how many of those things that I... Now it's gonna bother me. I can't think of what it's called.
Anything I can help you with?
Capitanius. I farmed, I don't even know how many of these yesterday. Like for probably at least 2 hours. And I didn't get a single one that was usable. Actually no, that's a lie. I did get one that might be usable. I'll show it to you.
I alone will decide whether it's for show or for battle. The divinity may foresee the future of the world.
This
but
is the
doubt they
only
can
one I
predict which
got.
song people will sing
So
tomorrow.
it's a 3 cost. Is this the one? Yeah, okay. So it's the arrow set attack piece. But see, I don't even think that's honestly, I'm gonna tell you the truth. I just pulled her yesterday. I don't even know what she needs. She probably doesn't even need attack. I just hit auto, what's it called? Suggest. I did this and it put it there. So I thought it might be usable. I don't know. I'll have to look up and see what kind of pieces she needs. But that was the only one I got in 2 hours. The rest were all defense or something equally as useless. So that was sad.
Quickly and swiftly.
No, I don't want you. Leave me alone.
Can you keep up?
Oh, this is back where I started. Okay. Well. Oh.
Brings it to life.
So I'm probably gonna go and, like I said, I might be back later.
My compliment.
We'll see.
You will yield.
I might come back and play The Sims later. Oh my gosh, I just fat fingered that. I might come back and play The Sims later because
Impudent disrespect.
I've actually been playing the... Okay, so I used to play The Sims a lot, Sims 4, and then I quit for a long time. Basically because I just got really into gacha. Like around the time Genshin first came out, so about almost 5 years ago. And I almost quit completely. And when I say I played The Sims, I mean I played it a lot. I had a YouTube channel for The Sims. I have like 10,000 followers on Instagram for The Sims. I was very into The Sims. But then when Genshin came out, I kind of quit. But lately I've been playing again. So, oh, 3 chests. Hold on.
Quickly and swiftly. Witness
I'm bad at talking and combating at the same time. Combating. So I might stream The Sims, maybe. We'll see. The only thing I think that would be hard about streaming The Sims is that usually when I play, wow, that's all I had to do to get these 3?
start small.
Crazy. Oh no, is this a quest? Don't quest me.
Anything catch your eye?
Oh my gosh. There's a person here? Sorry, I did not see you. Did not see you there, sir.
Astral modulation. The stage is set. Victory favors me.
Hold on. Oh my gosh. This guy's killing me. Hold on. I want to get away from this wall. I'm like stuck on the wall. Come over here. Come over here. Come over here. I don't want to be stuck on this wall again.
Art unveiled.
Okay, come over here. Come over here.
My compliments. Found your weak spot.
Well, apparently I'm going to be stuck. Okay, it's good. It's over. I was going to say, apparently my fate is to be stuck on the wall. So, yeah, so I might play The Sims. We'll see. I don't know if anybody, like, none of my friends play it, so I don't know, like, if I'll really want to do it or not. We'll see. Because it's kind of fun when my friends stop by and visit the stream. So then at least I'm not always talking to myself. Even though I don't mind talking to myself. I'm kind of used to it. Since I don't really have friends that play video games very much. So I'm pretty much used to being the only person around who cares.
Glory demands more.
I need to look and see what materials Chikona needs. I don't even know.
Whether it's for show or for battle.
Where is she?
The divinity may foresee the future of the world, but I doubt
Oh,
they
the
can predict which sun king will play
dragon.
tomorrow.
Okay, well that's good. That'll be easy. The dragon usually goes down pretty fast, so that's good. I won't have to be stuck in Lorelei prison like I was for about over 2 weeks. I don't even know. I felt like I had like 3 characters back to back that were all Lorelei materials.
Anything catch your eye?
Well, here's bait.
It hurts. Brings it to life.
Let's see, 2 more chests. Might as well just do this. This is the way it always is with open world games. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stop. Oh wait, there's a chest. Oh wait, there's something else. There's something shiny. 2 more hours go by. Alright, there's 1 more chest. I bet it's way up top. It's my vibes are telling me. No?
Lighter than a dove.
Where is it?
Can you keep up?
Check over here. All right, I'm gonna use the thing.
Ah, there you are.
Oh, it was up there. Okay, I was right. I was almost there the first time. I just went too high.
Lighter than a dove.
I love this song. Where's she? Hello? Huh, she won't run up that. Interesting. All right, I'm hungry. I'm gonna go get something to eat. If anybody's here, thank you for watching. I might be back later, or if not, tomorrow with more gaming fun. So that's all for now. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.